So very good morning to each one and namaste to each one. We continue with our journey of choosing to live more happily, choosing to live with more awareness, and choosing to diagnose what's happening in our life, allowing our divine wisdom to guide us, what we require to do to bring a change. How do we do that? By maintaining our own journal, introspection. We ask ourselves, why am I holding on to that? Allowing ourselves to bring that change, and nothing in the universe changes. Whether it is my universe or your universe, it doesn't change. Just by listening to it, it changes only when I act on the same. Till then, nothing changes. It requires a physical action for each one of us to change. So yesterday, we understood that there is a divine wisdom which lies within all of us. What in Theta healing we call doing the scan. So one of the scan that we do is the body scan, where we can speak to the body part, we can go inside the body, we see inside the body, and we see what is happening there. But we can even do the scans for the other things also. If it is a relationship, that why the relationship? Because the foundation of Theta healing is the beliefs that we hold on to. So normally the question is always, what belief of mine is responsible for me to be in this situation? So today we will focus more on relationship dynamics. Yesterday was more for the physical body and the physical self. Today we are going to talk more about the relationship, because every relationship, whether it is the suppressed emotion, repressed emotions, unexpressed emotions, overexpressed emotions, any sort of emotional imbalance will always and always cause us on a physical level what problems we face. So the suppressed one are because we have the conditions and we think, why, how can I say that? Other person may judge me wrong, and how can I tell them that this is how it is? For years, when you don't speak up, it becomes repressed. It is a sure sign of you are not at ease with yourself and the beginning of a disease in the body. Unexpressed, it is here, I want to express, probably I don't know how to, when to. I get stuck into my logical mindset. And overexpression is like the pressure cooker. I didn't express it at the right time. I didn't express it for years. And then there's so much of anger and rage built up inside that when it comes out, it's like the pressure cooker. It's like a blast. And probably it comes out at the wrong time, sometimes to the wrong people, in the wrong situation. And then you have no clue that I know that I was not supposed to get angry and there was nothing that the person said, but I actually blasted. So what kind of relationships do we want to attract? Is that in our hand? Is that our destiny? Is that karmic? Why is it that certain people can choose to live happily? And you see that majority of the relationships, they are fine. And some people, no matter what relationship, there is always confusion, there is always clutter, there is always something which they feel is bothering them. So apart from the belief work, there are many other factors which are responsible to create such relationships. Today we'll be discussing one of them. Theta healing speaks about obligations. So we say many times when situations don't change, what are the things which can block you? It can be the curses, vows, oaths, contracts, commitments, promises, obligations, blessings, free floating memories, psychic hooks, psychic attacks. So there are many of this which can make you not realize the pattern that you have created. We go on identifying the beliefs and things still don't change. Then probably we require to identify this. I cannot take each one of them on this platform because it is very difficult for me to explain, guide, and teach. It is something for each one to understand at the depth and know how it functions and how to clear them. But the major one of them, which is obligation, is something which we would like to discuss today. So there are many times we create obligation-based relationship. Are they karmic? Yes, they can be. Are they always karmic? No, they are not always karmic. It is more of a mindset as well. So what are the obligation-based relationship? We attract certain people because of our beliefs, where there is a constant need in us. Either we feel being obligated by them, or we want to be in a position where we obligate them. So the balance does not remain. If it is karmic, it happens because probably there was an imbalance of giving and receiving from other lifetime. And there is a compulsive need in you to serve them, or compulsive need in you where you are unwell and they serve you. So, for example, if a child is born with a problem in the body, the belief system has just started acquiring, the child doesn't have the new set of beliefs. Then, why is this child born with a disease? It is clearly an indicator of an obligation-based relationship. At some level, there is the imbalance of giving and receiving. So the parents have chosen to serve the child, and child has chosen to be served by parents. For this child to come out of the disease, it is very important to identify what is that obligation. Why is it that both the parties chose to be in the obligation-based relationship? And to clear that obligation. So this is an obligation, what we call a negative obligation. It serves or works in a very negative way in our life. And the minute we identify that why is this person choosing to serve and why is this person choosing to be served by, and clear that, both the parties become free and they allow their own soul to grow. Otherwise, they don't realize so many life after life, we remain in an obligation-based relationship. There are times we attract obligation in a way where people come into our life and it is more of the challenging people. I bet you can't do that. And there is this sort of need in us always to be challenged by. The people then themselves are not bad. They are not the reason for your sickness. So certain times that it becomes sort of a positive obligation-based relationships as well. because they obligate you by challenging you. And only when they challenge, you get that adrenal rush and get motivated or triggered to do something in life, to do better version of yourself. Some people do that only when they are rejected, only when they have the time pressure, only when somebody speaks to them with anger. Till then, they don't do that, or only if they are in a situation which are negative. Now they are stuck. Now they want to think out of the box. Till then, they don't want. So if any one of you have such relationship with any one person, probably it is time for you to relook at that relationship, release them from the obligation, and redefine that relationship. And that will be a new beginning for you, not only in that particular relationship, but many other relationships. Because probably one person is like a leader, which constantly triggers you. And as we say, if you detach the person from the quality that they possess and that particular quality that triggers you, what are the words that that opposite person speaks all the time? You are useless. You can never do anything. I bet you are like that. So, what are these words? And how did that serve you by constantly attracting such words into your life? People putting you in the category or labeling you as useless. You're not good enough. You're unkind. You are rude. You are selfish. You don't have a heart. You don't love. You don't understand. You're never there for me. Identify which are the statements. When did you hear it for the first time? How did that make you feel at that point of time? To realize and understand when it happened first time, it has happened years back. It's over, completed. What is that person teaching you? What did you learn? For example, if the person called you useless, are you useless? Do you believe you are useless? If you believe, yes, I'm useless, what did you do about it? Did you change to make yourself feel not useless or productive? What does the word productive mean to you? And if you think that what they said, that you are useless, is not correct, then why are you still getting bothered by it? Then why do you hold on to that? Why does it impact you? So where is a point of vulnerability? These are the questions I want each one to ask themselves and get your answers. What I will do is today to help each one with a Theta download, to be able to feel safe, to be able to identify that. Because many times there is such huge fear associated with obligation-based relationships that we don't want to look into it. We are always wanting to avoid to look into that relationships. There is a huge fear of being left out, being alone. If I look into this relationships, what will happen to me? It can be something which started from the womb memory of the rejection the child felt, being born as a boy or a girl. If one of your parents said, no, but I already have two boys, I wanted a girl. God, why is this again a boy born? Or, oh, but why is it a girl born? I want a boy. That's their thought process. But that point of time, probably your energies became very tight, rigid, constricted. And you open the entire world's happiness, which could have been yours to you. We allow ourselves to be the victim. Probably you didn't have the brain at that point of time, but now you do have. Release them from the obligation of teaching you to be proud of your gender, of who you are, what you are, how you are. To believe in yourself and not as a challenge. You told me that girls can't do anything. I will prove you and show you what girls can do. Not because you'll never be happy. You are constantly there to prove them yourself to them. But to really invoke the Shakti in you and be fine with it. This is simply one example that I gave. For each one, it is different. And for each one, it is for them to identify that. But I want each one to understand the entire concept. Because till you don't understand, you cannot and liberate yourself from obligation-based relationship. And each one of us don't have just one such relationship. We create multiple of them. And eventually, some of them have only obligation-based relationship. They've forgotten that there can be free-flowing, beautiful relationships also. So for us to begin to have such relationships, we first require to clear obligation-based relationships. Is everybody ready for the downloads? And friends, again and again, the more you share your story, we get to know that you are ready for the next step. Each topic is very deep. We are touching the core because I don't hear from you. I don't know how much work you have done. Because if you have done some work, then we can go dive still deeper and still do more clearing. Because then when we do clearing, it is highly technical. For example, the day of forgiveness was a very highly technical meditation. There is a chance that some of you may not have understood it. But if you will follow the simple steps that we are guiding you with the questions, write it down in your journal, share it with us. This is what I got. This is what I felt. That helps not only to clear your own stuff, but all the other people also. So please share your stories when you do work. How does that impact you? What came into your mind? What are the changes your experiences? Share your stories. We want to hear your stories. Hashtag Cesta stories. Please share. So is everybody ready? I want a thumbs up so I know everybody is ready for the... Yes, Corey. I really admire Corey Grove from South Africa. because there is such a difference in the timing. And Corey, I really admire your dedication, because for us it is 9 o'clock, but for you it is early in the morning. So to get up at that time and no matter what, put the headphones on and he is right there. And I think probably much before you all join, he's there. So let us do the downloads. So would you all like to know what it feels like to move beyond the obligation-based relationship to the relationships which has the foundation of love, and the relationships which has the foundation of mutual understanding, the communication, connection through Creator's definition and perspective of the seventh plane of Creator of all that is. The faith, loyalty, understanding, respect, honor is the foundation of these relationships. And you know how to have such relationships and to move beyond the obligation-based relationships. It is safe, it is possible, and each one is deserving to redefine the relationship dynamics for themselves, the relationship with the self and the relationships with others. And you know that you choose to live your daily life with ease, with joy, and with happiness. Into every cell, fiber, tissue, molecule of your body, every area of your life, at all the fall level of your beliefs, for your highest and best in the highest and best possible way for each one, in the language that each one understands, at the level they are ready to take these new beliefs into them. Creator, these beliefs we downloaded for each one. Whoever says yes now, thank you. So would you like to know what it feels like to allow yourself to connect to your true self? That it is possible for you to know your true self. It is possible for you to let your truth shine. It is possible for you to come out of the illusion that your mind may have created, that your ego may have created, and to let the real you, the true self of yours, shine, and allowing yourself to connect to your own truth, to connect to the divine truth and the truth of others without the fear of getting hurt, without the belief of truth is always hurtful, without being overwhelmed by seeing the truth, and to know that the truth has its own power. It is safe for each one to tap into the power of the truth. So I know what it feels like to connect to the power of the truth. I know what it feels like to connect to the law of truth through Creator's definition and perspective. From the perspective of the pure love for myself and others, and that it is safe and it is possible for me to walk on the path of the truth without the limiting belief that walking on the path of the truth is very difficult. And the people who walk on the path of the truth suffer. To know that the shift of the consciousness and the shift of the mindset allows the path of the truth to be pure, and the purity always shines, and allowing each one to flow in the energy of purity through Creator's definition and perspective of the seventh plane of Creator of all that is. I know how to do that easily, effortlessly, gracefully. I know it is safe, it is possible for me. I know what it feels like to allow myself to have this beautiful energy of the divine, crystal clear, sparkling energy of the divine, and to be surrounded by the pearly iridescent white light always and within me. Let every cell, fiber, tissue, molecule of my body vibrate with the pearly iridescent white light, and that it is completely possible. Into every cell, fiber, tissue, molecule of the body, every area of the life, at all the four levels of the beliefs, the highest and best for each one in the highest and best possible way. Thank you, it is done, it is done, it is done. Creator, show me. Creator of all that is, it is commanded to instill these feelings into each one who says yes now and later, at the level of their readiness for the highest and best now. Thank you. I know what it feels like to release people from any karmic obligation that they may have to constantly trigger me and get me out of my soul's element, to remind me constantly that I am the power. The soul is the power. The soul is the truth. And I am the truth. I choose to connect to the divine truth. I choose to connect to the element of the soul and choose to operate in my daily life with the same. I choose to vibrate with the same. Every action, every word that I speak, I allow the divine truth from the perception of the Creator, the language that Creator would choose to speak. I allow that to unfold through me, allowing myself to be the channel of the Creator of all that is, and to know that I am safe, secured, protected. I am this beautiful child of the Creator of all that is, and always being taken care of. I allow myself to listen to the voice of the Creator and to live a very blissful life. It is possible for me to live with bliss, to have a blissful life. It is possible for me to release the need of suffering. It is possible for me to release the need of sacrificing. It is possible for me to release the need of rejection. I create the new possibilities of the energy of love laughter, joy, bonding, togetherness for myself. I take my power back as the co-creator in complete alignment of my co-creative energy with the energy of the creator of all that is. I choose to create the most beautiful possibilities and realities for myself, and let this energy spread to create the most beautiful world around me, and that it is completely possible. I know how to do that. It is safe, it is possible, and I'm deserving to be in this beautiful world of mine, surrounded by beauty all around me. Into every cell, fiber, tissue, molecule of my body, every area of my life, at all the fall level of my beliefs, for my highest and best, in the highest and best possible way for me. Thank you, it is done, it is done, it is done. Creator, show me. Creator of all that is, it is commanded to instill these feelings into each one who says yes now and later, at the level of their readiness for their highest and best. Thank you. Passing unconditional love, light, and healing to each one for a happy life. So, coming back to the room, coming back to your awareness, feeling good, feeling lighter, but to realize and understand this is a quite deep rooted topic. Rather than procrastinating that I will do it one fine day, take the time now, today, probably the minute this session gets over. When it is fresh, write down your answers. And within an hour, put up your stories. Because this is a live stream, if any one of you have not taken down the questions, you can listen to it again, get the questions. Pause the video, write your own answers, go on the next question. Think and share your story. The minute you will share your story, we'll be able to guide you deeper in this subject. Or else, unfortunately, we have to move on. So I'm really hoping and wishing that you all take this time out now. There is no later. When we want positivity, we want it in now, in the present. Then why we take actions later? It's not afterwards. We do it right here. Yeah, the link, we will put it on the group. Or if you have subscribed, you will get it, Neha, the link, because only when I will close the session, the link will come. So I'll put it on both the groups. So just do it today itself to come out of the obligation-based relationships. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for joining from Team Cesta with lots and lots of gratitude. Hoping to receive many more stories from each one of you so that We keep releasing and keep making our energies better. When we are happy, we share that happiness and we fulfill our dream to be in a happier world. It's our mission, and it is, I guess, now the mission for each one of you. So let's make this world a better place to live. Emotionally empowered world, happier world. Thank you.